Okie dokie. So, last session, you all, under the direction of Baron Veer, this gnome of somewhat historical fame in the past, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, helped defend his manor, this censor house that he uses for his sort of retiree business that he operates. And in doing so, you protected it against this herd of Alvengrig, these creatures like aberrations that are attracted to magical items, but for different reasons. They're kind of innately drawn to it, almost like a pool of energy, like animals go to like an oasis, right? Not necessarily to destroy those things, but just as a draw to them. You guys did subdue, defeat, pick off various Alvengrig with the assistance of Flicker Wisp from above, raining down the vast majority of his remaining fireball charges. There was some help from Jameson, who is also aboard the ship. The entire crew of the ship thus far, to your knowledge, have either been lost or have run away. You do not believe they survived the initial ambushes from these Alvengrig, however. At least not the majority of them. You returned back into the house, being somewhat injured, and in talking with Baron Veer, who is a fairly benevolent magic user, got an affinity towards Max, told him, like, there's a lot of things I can teach you potentially here. Max took interest and thought about learning some spells from him in the interim. Medolfir asked if he could help mend his armor. That is a very simple thing for him to do, and he was able to do so with the available materials he has. However, in order to do something magical, in addition to that, he would need time, multiple days, depending on the spell that you wanted to put on it, etc. So the question becomes, are you guys staying around long enough in this place to do things like learn multiple spells, get enchantments put on your goods, etc.? That's open to the group.
I'm game. We also have to find all of the people that died, because there was quite a few people that are just like kind of hanging there. I think it doesn't make sense to let them rot.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have nice stuff on them. I mean,
I was about to say, you're just in it to go through their pockets, dude. Come on.
I mean, we can skin all these beasts. There's quite a lot of loot here. Just I think in the woods, and Flicker probably needs time to get all the automatons and whatever set up for his boat.
Yeah, and Jameson has already mentioned, like, you know, he came to let you guys know you guys were out of communication while you were in Afrin Crag and the ruins of La Sadat. Like, he wasn't able to contact you for some reason. So, you know, he basically teleported towards you guys after he scryed on you to tell you about what happened in Terthus. But he ultimately wants to return back to his magical order at some point here. Keep that in mind.
I think we can stay for a couple days, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
okay.
Me too.
Flicker
They should give Flicker some time to charge up his fireballs.
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
really. I mean, that fireball wand was very expensive for him to create. I mean, it was like, I think it was 27,000. So it would take like the good part of a month to basically recharge it, because it has single-digit number of charges left, plus a ton of material that he might not necessarily have at this time. Okay. However, he is focused on understanding how the engine works now that the bosun is gone, and determining how he can get the servants up and running and taught. The question becomes, if you guys are staying around for a couple days, are you staying inside of his mansion? I mean, on this page, you can see now, like, there's Baron Veer's mansion, right? You can click on that, and there's various rooms that you can see inside of his mansion, just to get a lay of the land. There are bedrooms that are nicely appointed for you all. He has this magical closet that you guys did go and look in at one point to see like if he had any goods that he could provide. He basically said like, yeah, as long as you guys are helping me, you can borrow some of these things. He's less apt to let you take them away, other than the cape, which wasn't really his anyways, Max. You can see he has a workshop where he does his magical crafting, and the dining room has pretty much infinite food for those of you who need any food. There are servants running around, much like Flicker Wisps. So, are you staying in this really well-appointed mansion or elsewhere? Let's hear what the group, or a mixture of the two.
I mean, from Modelfear's point of view, it doesn't make much sense to not, take advantage of the accommodations.
Yeah, at this point, you guys are standing inside the actual sensor house outside of the mansion, and it's got like this dank, mildewy, moldy smell just from like dilapidated, unconditioned space.
So the mansion is the closet thing.
Yeah, what is referred to as the Terthus.
Gotcha. Is Narnia closet? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It doesn't teleport it. It's a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I would still try to sell him on just moving the pocket dimension to the boat. I feel like he could just as easily hang out and just see the sights,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and I think we need to do right by Flicker. He would probably try to see if he could help him, like rig up more automatons and help fix the boat up more. So he might know stuff about the boat. But that would be probably what Flicker's doing, right?
Yes. Okay. Max, can you go ahead and cast the remaining moderate and light wounds, the first and second level spells that you would get from your Pearl, just so that the numbers are out there, because I did not utilize those to heal up people yet.
So
if that's what you choose to do.
Sure. Okay, we didn't go to bed.
Yeah.
Not yet. At this point, you guys are just debating. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Modelfer's only like 13 hit points now. So
everybody's about 12 to 13 down, I think, other than Max, who's full health.
I'm just saying, like with just regular rest, we should be back up to full.
Yeah, if you guys get rest, you'd be full. So, but if you guys get rest, Max
hold on.
Also would be
GM.
full. Mm-hmm.
Did you already adjust anyone's HPs?
For the ones that I've cast already on the right side, yes. What you have remaining is just your pearls of power, in terms of the spells that you have left, because I expended all of your normal spell counts.
Okay, but you didn't give HP for people resting yet.
Not for resting. You guys are still. It's basically like late afternoon, and you guys are debating like your next steps at this point. You have not rested yet.
Okay, so is anybody at risk of not healing all the way from sleep?
No, I'm Modelfer, like I said, is 13 down. So even without the parapet and the bedroll, I would be like 1 HP shy after a long rest. So.
Yeah, I'd be 1 hit point shy as well if I just rest.
Yeah, I think I should be okay.
Okay, so I mean, with the thrush, everybody should be able to. With the bird, everyone should be full. Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't even necessarily have to use healthful rest. You could pick one or the other right now, and I think everybody would be fine.
Healthful rest lasts 24 hours, so maybe that one's better because we can still do our shifts of sleep. The bird is only 8 hours.
Oh, good to know.
So I'll use the the helpful rest.
Okay. So you're just going to keep your pearls of power, whatever you have available on those.
Just in case.
Okay, good to know. Okay, with that stated, nobody rest yet. I need to know who's doing what watches, and if there is anybody staying outside of the TARDIS for whatever reason
So
on this evening's rest.
it's not even nighttime yet. We showed up in the middle of the day. We fought all these things. So we still have like a good part of the day and daylight left. I didn't.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not that. So we could.
I'm just grabbing this information for meta for my own knowledge just to mark down. But yeah, there's still plenty that can be done before you guys go to rest.
Did you want to go look for the bodies?
I did, but I think
Okay.
the GM just wants to get our watch
The
schedule.
plan. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to create your syllabus for the rest of this stay.
Well, what's the deal with the ship as far as while we're in here? Like,
It stands out. And one thing that you know is like nobody on the main Dorithian continent would expect to see an airship. It is not really technology that is established. Like people have done experiments in small order, but nothing like this. So it could stick out like a sore thumb. That being said, you guys are in the middle of the Cragwild. Unless somebody was like looking specifically in this direction, you know, if it stayed low enough in the trees, it'd be fine. Otherwise, you might want it to be up in the clouds, you know, if you're trying to keep it a secret. Other than that, like,
yeah, I mean, we have a lake right there or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a huge lake, but yes, you do have Tyre Lake, which is long and several miles wide. It's
just having it in the water makes it less.
Yeah, you mean like have it over the water but below the tree line, floating above the water?
No, I thought it could actually like land in the water, like.
This reminds me of a Futurama quote where it's like, how much atmospheric pressure can the ship take? Well, it's a spaceship, so anywhere between 0 and 1. Like, okay, it's an airship. It theoretically can float in water. It's not typically used to do that, but I would say yes, it could also float in water.
Oh, I thought we landed in water when we got here. If I was wrong.
It was hovering.
It was hovering.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love that idea because then we could put it in the water and make it fly, like basically go like a ship. And that way, no one would know that it's an airship. And then when we got far enough out to sea, we could.
That's typically how, in other settings, it's how typically you do it. If it's shaped like a ship, it usually is water safe. But who knows these damn gnomes, you know?
I'd say it can float in water. It arises different issues if it does, like the fact that it could get sunk or water filled if a hole were to appear in it. But yeah, I would say it floats in water.
Okay, well, why don't we not do that and then just set up, like, a watch of people to make sure that, like, there's always somebody there to make sure it doesn't float off or whatever. I'm imagining there's no, like, low jack.
Yeah. Well, there's always, like, you could always do, like, find object. I think one of you has that spell, and that's quite the object.
But it's very limited in distance.
True, yeah. So, if you're keeping watch... One thing that Baronveer mentions is like, I have various wards and things that will alert me. Obviously, you can't be too paranoid in the type of business he does. So he has various wards, but nothing that visually will necessarily see outside unless someone has the ability to scry. And it might have to be greater scrying because of the nature of the TARDIS. And he kind of looks around at Max and goes, "You can do that, right, Max?" Max?
No, that's not on my spell list. Max is like furiously looking through his spell book.
Yeah. He kind of has like a disappointed look, but goes, "Understood."
You know,
We
there's
need
not
some
a lot of opportunity
tutelage.
to learn spells when we're out in the wild doing stuff.
Yes, some structure would help you. Okay, so that being said, if you can't you can't do any spot checks or anything unless somebody stays outside the TARDIS on watch. Would you rather the watch be just...
I was suggesting people take turns on the ship.
Okay.
That was I'm not like that's just a suggestion, but like that's
Okay.
what I was trying to.
Let me just
Yeah.
make sure I establish one mechanic outside of magical means of like jumping between. The ship can't be directly adjacent to the building, most likely. So there will have to be like 1 or 2 or 3, potentially how far away it is, rounds in which, if anything happened, it would take time to get off the ship and address it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be 2 people on watch. There's 2 watches of 2 people,
Yep.
right? And one person, and we actually have 2 extra people, so we could actually get 3 watches. But
Yep.
you know, you can have the Jameson and Flicker figure out their watch schedule on the ship, and then figure out the watch schedule from inside the building, and then it would at least be you could see each other, and then I think we just have to swap. Me and Fear can't be on the same watch because we're the 2 with dark vision. But outside of that, I think we can figure this out, right? So at any time there'll be 1 person on watch on the ship, and then 2 people outside the TARDIS, and then one of the 2 people outside the TARDIS will always have night vision.
Great. And Landry, just for your knowledge, there's a substantial amount of moonlight right now. We are not at like a new moon, so your low light vision would help also at night.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I was gonna say I can definitely offer to be on watch.
Okay.
Matt is just gonna look up at the moon all night, be like, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can't see anything else. I can see the moon.
It's a good mood. Okay, we've established all of that. I think that's good. Let me go ahead and set the right date on the calendar because it's the 22nd of Ferrist. Okay. Okay, so with that, Finry, you wanted to go search by yourself for these dead bodies, or
Max wants to go with him.
okay. Give me a search check, or if you're not looking for the bodies, like if somebody is looking out for dangers or anything like that, give me the necessary sort of methodology you're doing for that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my aid other.
Yeah. Okay, and Madolf, you're having your armor fixed up while this is happening. Landry, are you going with them, or are you spotting from the house around?
I'll be spotting from the house, I think.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. Max, you do aid Finry a little bit, which gets him over the hump of a DC 25, which is essentially what he needed for finding these dead bodies faster. You start to account for several gnome bodies. Many of them were gored, trampled, squished. Their bodies are in somewhat unrecognizable condition. The faces are okay, but they've been ripped apart to some extent. These Alvengrig with that size body did a number on them. It's hard to take count of how many you are finding.
Can we flavor my assist with some necromancy stuff in there?
Sure. Yeah. You're like trying to figure out yeah. Okay. Lanray, from atop the sensor house, I'm gonna assume you to get a best vantage view. You're on the awning, the eave of the roof or something, taking a look out. Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to get the listen. Okay. You don't spot anything out there. There are various calls of beasts and animals out in the crag wild in the evening. This is like in the jungle and forests. The animals are calling to each other at the night for various reasons. You see a flock of birds take off several miles out. It's a large flock of birds. So you don't really know what it is other than it's like a cloud of stuff taking off from the trees. And then you start really taking a look and it's a flock of birds. You'd say it was probably on the order of 2 miles out.
Interesting.
That's about it.
Are there any sounds like that? I guess I would probably not recognize all the sounds, but are there any that stand out?
Bird calls. You hear some like grunts. Like you think maybe there might be some warthogs or like large boars or something in these parts. The sounds of forest life, mostly bird calls. Those are the noisiest of the animals that you hear.
Okay, I'm gonna just key in on that area to make sure that I'm tracking like any significant movements.
Yeah. Finri, you're suggesting butchering and killing the Alvin, or trying to extract things from the Alvin?
Yeah, I mean, we have all of these Eldergrig all over the place. I don't know if they have any materials on them that are useful. At a minimum, you don't want to like leave the body, so you could eat them. You could take the skins. I think we've generally processed things that we kill.
Give me a survival check, Medolfir, for that. Like you come down from the mansion without your armor on, Medolfir, to check that out. If you want, Medolfir.
Righto.
Max, you can check it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I check.
Max can check from like an alchemical standpoint if there's anything, since these are magical beasts, if there's anything useful from an alchemical standpoint.
Do you want to craft alchemy or Arcana knowledge check?
It would be craft alchemy. For like material usage, component wise, it would be that, yeah. Okay. Medolfir, as you cut into it with a loose dagger you have, their hide is thick. It's scaly. I think you actually checked this before and you determined like this is more like dragon scale than anything. It's kind of a bastardized, lesser dragon scale. That's like plated over, kind of like how armadillo armor is, right? But you cut through it, and underneath you finally get to the meat. It is a very thick hide. And as you get to the meat, like the sheen of the blood is like this purpley blue, and you sniff it, and it does not smell appetizing. Like this is the equivalent of large game meat. And you like remember the feast that Baronveer had up in the mansion versus this, and you're like, yeah, in a pinch, maybe this would keep you alive, assuming the magical flesh doesn't have any negative effects to it. But it sure as hell is not appetizing.
Just soak it in milk. Soak it in milk overnight. It'll be okay.
Exactly.
How do the various animals that are in the group react to the availability of this magical meat?
Only one animal remains in the group because Varg is gone. So Meldo is the only animal left, and owls don't want this meat. They're not raptors. I mean, they'll eat a mouse.
For some reason, I thought there was another animal, but okay.
Oh, Kittis.
No, Kittis is with someone. Actually, I think he's with the Acer Magica guy.
Jameson?
Yeah.
Ship. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No, but I'm saying I left him with Jameson like a long time ago.
Okay. He's with the Acer Magica, noted.
Yeah.
So then he would be back at their secondary base.
He's their clubhouse.
Nehemia.
He's their clubhouse cat.
Their mascot, yeah. Okay. Max, with your passing knowledge of the DC 20, you don't believe there is any component from their blood or their flesh or various organs that would be useful from these. These are sort of like bullets. They, no.
Okay, but so I take a little bit of time and I come to the realization that like whatever was allowing them to sort of innately detect magic and do camouflage was not because of some sort of potential biological feature like an organ or anything, but they must have had some
innate
sort of intelligence that allowed them to like focus arcana.
Yeah, it's like a primal magical arcana that is drawn. To some extent, you may start hypothesizing that like, oh, maybe this is why they get pulled towards arcana. Like they find safety towards Arcana. Maybe they somehow draw power off of it to be able to primally use that. Like, you take note of that. You're like, I should
But they don't
research that.
There's no organ that like facilitates that. Gotcha.
Not that I can find now. Yes.
I mean, that's good info.
Yeah.
I'm like chatting with the guy afterward about it.
Yeah.
But at a minimum, we have the hide of a bunch of these things. Because
you could.
I want to think about the goods that are scattered here. So we brought a bunch of goods we're going to eventually build a Baron Veer. And he had a bunch of goods that were going to go on the ship. Half of those, whichever half, it makes sense. We need to get on the ship because it's still a ship, needs provisions and stuff. And then we can add the hides to the ship because at some point we're going to need more money to do stuff. Sell it.
Yeah. Okay. You are able to find various cargo and crates in damaged condition, like the Alvergrig. Obviously, when they wrecked the other gnomes and stuff, they also wrecked some of that cargo. Hold on, let me get my dog to lie down. So, like, you find it. It's a lot of okay, not to quote another Matt Groening, but it's a lot of the episode where the lighthouse episode of The Simpsons, where they mess with the lighthouse and the ship ends up crashing into rocks, and it ends up the ship had a lot of hot pants. So I'm not saying there's stuff in these crates, but they're generally mundane. There is a lot of like food ration to come back that is stowed in the basement of this space. It seems like food is the primary thing that's brought back to Afrin Crag. So like food and water and alcohol, you've got tons of that now. We don't even have to note that. As it gets loaded on the ship, you will have endless amounts of that. There's various clothing materials like bolts of silk would be the highest end like value item. Other kinds of cloth. So those are like very valuable. You expect something on the order of like 1,500 gold worth of just material from like clothing. Various leather straps, things like that. Weaponry, nothing. There's no weaponry in either of the two cargoes. What was going out towards this sensor house, what was being delivered in the crates, you find to be unique, like gears and mechanica that have not been assembled into anything, but are like the raw components of constructs and various goods like that. So something of interest to Flickerwisp.
Yeah, I was going to say all those should probably go to Flicker. I think if Baron Beer needs food, we can split the food with him. But I think just having that on the ship would be important, right?
Okay.
And then however you all. Just my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, GM, do I find a hot pants?
Yeah, you find a pair of silk hot pants that are just for the skinny bro that you are.
Yeah, I pull them on even though they're just too tight.
Yep. They thankfully are covered by your other magical.
Now, here's the thing: I do have pants. So these hot pants are going over to the normal pants, and I have a cape. Max is a superhero now.
Excellent. I love it. Okay. So that is the result of the search. You do not account for everybody, but you also do not find any living persons. Like anybody who was ambushed got killed fast by these things. They are like, these were ensign level people with not a lot of health. Even the bosuns potentially would have had problems. Now that is of interest. You guys do remember the faces of the bosun, or the face of the bosun, who was a more powerful, trained martial person. As you search the bodies, there's a lot of disfigured bodies. You do not necessarily find the bosun.
He's the one isn't he the one I charmed for like 7 days or whatever?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yeah, Max is just like saying his name, like, buddy, where are you? Come on, don't disappoint me.
As you call out into the forest, there's no response. I mean, he could very well be dead. It's just that, like, in trying to find him with faces, you do not find him in specific.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, if he is, like, hiding in a thing, cool. I'm trying to coax him out. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Max, or anybody in this process other than Medolfir, anybody who's out and about looking around, give me a 1d100. I need one person to agree to do that, so call it out.
I'll do it.
Okay. High, bad, low, good.
Sweet.
I would totally mess it up. So, there you go.
Okay. I need to check something. Please hold. Let me just roll out. Okay,
DM sounded too happy just then.
Yeah. Lanray, as you're observing from the rooftop, as Max is like calling out for this bosun who's missing, just kind of in the forest, a flock of birds takes off from his position. You notice it, like you hear his voice, so you recognize it, and you see it. It's, he's about 300 feet out, 400 feet out, doing a circle around the house to confirm the bodies that got scattered. Some of them obviously ran as soon as possible and were trampled down in the process. Wow, my dog is going crazy.
Is it
It's-
Coco or is it?
It sounds
Remy?
like your dog sounds like a. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's Max howling for the bosun right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No ancient white dragon. Nothing happens. You're good. You guys complete your tasks.
Damn it.
It is getting
I wanted
later
to
in
fight
the night.
something with Finray. Come on.
Return back to the sensor house. With that accomplished, I'll say, in terms of like gathering of meats, whatever amount of meat. I mean, you have like 10 dead rhinos worth of meat around you. It's not good meat, but yeah, you can scavenge whatever you want from it.
There's no such thing as bad meat, man.
Sure.
It just needs to slow cook. It needs to be put in a curry.
Yeah. Baronveer kind of looks at it. He's like, "You're gonna attract bears to the house, but that's fine. We'll keep it outside.
Or what kind of fish are in that lake, Baronveer?
There's some good trout and things. You guys are really focused on food. Are you hungry?" And he's like, he does like a flourish of his hand, and the table is like, there's a Thanksgiving hero's feast of food on the table.
I was like, no.
I mean, we were more looking about provisions because we're eventually going to leave. But if you want to bring that table and come with us, that'd be fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You can go anywhere you want, man. Like, we
Yeah.
were going to save the world, but, like, honestly, we'll just go wherever you want us to go.
Airship and magical mansion. I mean, you could live off that forever.
Yeah.
Just off the grid it. Full.
You wanted to, like, go find another continent?
Yeah. That'd be the way you do it. Okay. With that done, Max, you had mentioned you wanted to discuss the Alvin Grig a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll mention to him that that I didn't find any organs, but also like because he said like you're gonna attract bears, if that's the case, I would ask everybody to like gather up the bodies like by the water, and then I would just like cast a fabricate to turn it into like little fish-sized chunks.
Okay.
Like little bait size. If we're not taking it, if we're not gonna prep the meat in any way, then we should just like, I don't know, put it in the lake and let the fish have a feast,
Thanks for restocking my lake.
Yeah.
We can
That's
sell
just trying to be more one with nature,
Sure.
We can sell it with enough marketing. I figure that's just the only thing we're missing, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is thousands of pounds of flesh. So, like, you guys have chunked up maybe one of them in the time. Like, Medolfir, while you guys were out for a couple hours, has been able to render out some cuts from it. There's still like 9 or 8 of these things not addressed that it would take days to keep going, or multiple people needed to do it. Like, dressing one of these is not an easy task. But no, I mean,
I would help after I got done like looking around, but
sure.
I think the hides are more valuable than the meat. The meat I would just toss in the water. I think the hides, because they are useful, I think that's the only part that unless they have horns or anything else that we can have.
They do have horns also, yeah. Yeah, I get it. You guys are carving up the carcasses to whatever extent time allows. So noted. You guys have gathered the amount of hide and horns viable within this 6-hour stretch for right now.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, at the end of that, whatever's left over that we don't want, instead of leaving it around to attract carrion,
Chuck it in the water. Yeah.
Chuck it in the water. If I need to cast a fabricate to do that, I'll do it. But if not, then I won't. Like it's,
Okay.
I don't know.
Simple enough. I don't think a spell would be needed just to chop. Adolfir is good with his axe. Okay. As you guys are sitting, eating a little bit together, is anybody like paranoid enough to not come and eat at the same time as everybody else?
Are we
Maxwell.
eating inside the mansion?
Yeah, in the TARDIS. No, he's like, I don't eat outside of the TARDIS.
It's filthy out there.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about kind of leaving the boat unwatched.
Well,
You do have Jameson with the little alert stone still. The sending stone.
Okay.
and we can tell them to go up high, right? Like
Yeah. They'll do whatever
into
you
the
ask.
clouds or whatever. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them to go up in the clouds?
I think we're eating in the house with Baron Beer, right?
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like it.
All right. I mean, I would, if no one else was going to keep watch, I would keep watch while everybody else ate, and then I would come and eat.
Okay, noted. One thing to keep in mind, sorry, a lot of mechanical. The sending stones have a 5% chance because while in the TARDIS, because it's technically a pocket plane, that there's like static that doesn't go through on the sending stones. So at any given time, there's like a 1 in 20 chance that a message from the sending stone will go through.
Yeah. So whoever's not in, like Finray is not eating the first watch, right? Is that what he said?
He said he's going to
Well,
eat and then leave.
Either way, I mean, I don't. This is a lot of mechanics for what I think is a very simple thing. We're not all
Yes.
sit down and ignore the outside.
Yeah.
Some of us will have to eat and go outside very quickly. Some of us will have to eat later. We're not having a family style meal in a pocket plane
Okay.
while we're in a danger.
Yeah. So we just hand the stone off to whoever's not in the place.
Okay. And they take their food outside. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hear Finry is the one that's going to leave earliest with some food, and Lanray, you're also sticking around or going with him, given the dynamics.
I guess it would make more sense for me to stay, right?
Okay.
Because he has the vision.
Yep, he does. It is evening. Okay, Finry's out getting his food in communication with the sending stone. Max, in conversation with Baronveer, when you bring up the Alvin Grig and some of the stuff you're hypothesizing, he's like, that's very astute what you're finding on that. It is strange. I've had this sensor house for so long, and never before have like a herd of Alvin Grig been so attracted to the house. And while what you found is powerful, it does seem strange to gather such a herd when they are so sparsely spread. Don't you think, Max? It seems odd, the timing of it all. Was there anything aboard the ship of importance that you haven't mentioned?
If there is, I don't know about it. Should we search the ship?
We did almost get killed by that whatchamacallit guy, right?
Yeah.
The
You haven't
guy-
told Baronveer any of that.
I thought that still was in the box, though. Wasn't that what he was?
No, you guys did grab essentially the crystal of Weldheim, the shard of crystal. That's like a fragment of some sort of planar barrier, and one of you is holding that. I don't know who, but it's probably in the magic bag of holding.
Weldheim?
Yeah, it's the thing that the guy on the ship, the stowaway, was yelling about.
The fanatic that was like, he was like, I knew it. The gnomes are going to rise up to power, the gnomes in the sky.
I don't have it, and I don't see it in the bag. Does someone else have it?
It's in the bag of holding if nobody's carrying it. That's the expected location.
Okay, I'm just saying it's not in there now.
Yeah, I'll add it.
Oh.
So yeah, you wouldn't have dropped it. You would have kept it somewhere safe, having known.
While I'm looking in there, I see the gnomish delivery slip, and I pull that out and I hand it to. It's for this.
Can you sign off on this?
Delivery, right? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, actually,
way.
that's interesting because when you do that, and he does actually sign off on it, this like magical word appears on the paper, as if being sent like by magic on a message.
Okay, great. That should hold off the ship retrieval squad for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing we wanted to talk about: how to make it so that we're not constantly living in the fear of being attacked when we're in the ship by criminals.
Well, I think by fulfilling this contract, you have established that part. They will probably at some point expect delivery back. But airships are going to stick out like a sore thumb, so I'd say stay away from population centers. Otherwise, foreign
No.
might try to kill you.
Max is talking about there've been something about like
The Seekers.
Like the magical, the Seekers or whatever it was called,
Yeah, he's like, fulfill the rest of this contract and deliver back things to the Afrin Crag that are expected, and it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's just like questioning, like, I wonder if there was anything. It feels odd, the timing of it all. But let us not worry. The Alvengrig are taken care of now.
There was a fanatic on the ship. I tell him about the fanatic.
You do tell him about the fanatic?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, do you tell him like dormant root and all that information?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Do I know what that stuff is?
Yeah. You figured it out with a knowledge check at the time.
Yeah, I'll talk.
You tell him what you know.
Yeah.
Okay. His face turns sullen at that information. And he goes, and was this fanatic after something on the ship? Did he obtain it before you killed him?
Did we kill him?
You did kill him.
Yeah, we killed him. Yeah, we killed him. We killed him.
We killed him all right. I'm gonna let Medolfir answer that, just like that. Oh yeah, we killed
him. We killed him extra.
That is a dangerous group. I won't say that I haven't done missions in my past history for the Dormant route. Anyone who's worked in adventuring in the Cragwild has at times come across that particular entity. They are not to be trifled with. They have numerous persons.
Are these Dormant root people, are they more associated with the city that floats around, or are they more associated with the main continent?
No. If they were associated with the floating island, I fear that they would exact their powers for what they are after, which is a resurgence of Arcana to the Gnomish people, which, I'm not against that in theory, but it's what they want to use. It's what they want to use that for.
Are they straight up racist?
Garage, outside the fence.
Which side is open?
Let me mute.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
There we go. It's that they want to use their Arcana to subjugate others, to make them lesser than them, to use those powers to defend themselves against any potential threats. It's a power that probably should not be in the hands of a group with such a violent history.
Well, they wanted this. I think he was trying to use this crystal somehow.
Did you actually take the crystal out?
We're in the mansion, right?
You're in the mansion. At this point, Finry will have left with his food to be on watch outside.
Hold on, before I take it out, before I say that, I forget, what the hell is this crystal of Valheim again? It's just a whetstone?
No, this is molecular perfection. It is a piece of universal truth that is the actual fabric that creates the planes. It is not something that should exist in the physical representation that it is, and yet here it is as you examine it. Any arcane spellcrafting view of it would tell you that this is like pure being.
Interesting.
Anywho, you take it out.
I kind of like look at the rest of the group, kind of give them the eye. Like, should I?
Landry, Midolfir. Sorry, I'll unmute Midolfir.
No, yeah, sorry. Sorry about my mess.
No worries.
That's fine.
Well, a dog escaped through a hole in the fence in the backyard.
No.
Jeez. Do you need to go deal with that?
No, it's found.
Okay.
The dog doesn't go too far from the food hole.
Yeah, that's good.
I look at Max and I say, sounds risky.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean the guy was crazy.
Yeah. No mention of the crystal. Noted. Yes. If they're out and about trying some move and have made it all the way to Afrin Crag, there are very few of us entrusted with that information. I worry what they are after. But it is good he is dead, and there's no remnants of or fallout that could come from what he found. That's good. Well, anyways, let's have food and forget about these things, and I can teach you a few things before you go to rest, etc., etc. And I will say, Max, before you take rest, you will be able to copy one spell for the day out of his massive spell book. So you don't have to do that right now, but just something that you get. And Midolfir, your armor is returned to you. It's equipped, and it's working just like it used to. He says, if you stay around a few more days, I can add some nice touches to that, I think. But
Then he can keep it.
Yeah.
For now.
Well, he says, I'm pretty tired. My XP is pretty low for the evening in terms of expenditure. I can't do much more, but perhaps tomorrow I can get started on that. You should keep it for safekeeping.
All right. Sometime before everybody goes off to their posts for the night, kind of like Midolfir wants to ask Max why, and this is in hushed tones in a separate room or whatever. Why wouldn't we tell him about the crystal? Just curious. Maybe he may have knowledge about the whole spots on our map thing and their plan that might be beneficial to us.
What do you think, Landry? Is it worth it?
Landry is like, do we know this guy well enough to trust him?
Let me just say it this way. He could have killed us the minute he saw us.
Yep.
Understood. Then maybe we should talk to him about it.
Okay.
And you know, here the end result of this all is we're in a pocket dimension inside this little thing, which is kind of like a hole. So, I mean, if things go bad, we're already positioned in a good place to do what we do best.
Bust
this hole, dude.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll pull him to the side. I'll go and find him before bedtime and be like, "There's one detail.
You guys would be together in his craft room while he's copying spells with you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll pull that out and use it as a paperweight.
He's busy helping you, transcribe and reading out, and then you put it down on the spell book, And for a second, he kind of glances over at it, returns to what he's doing, and then something about his glasses sheens. You notice like a sheen that comes over his glasses, Max.
Oh, good. Nice glasses. All right.
Which you immediately can tell with your baseline spellcraft and knowledge arcana that like these are automatically casting like identify in like the immediacy. He doesn't even have to do command word for it. It just picks up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They're continuous, yeah.
Yeah. And like it picks up and his chair leans back and he falls over. And by the way, you're sitting in a chair also.
Can I do a check of some sort in order to try to prevent his chair from falling?
You can do a reflex check. Yeah, sure. Give me a DC 15 reflex check to catch him.
Oh,
nope.
No.
He falls over and he just like hits his shoulder on the ground. He's had a lot of wine at dinner too. So like his balance wasn't great in the first place. And he like stumbles to his feet awkwardly and then stands back up and looks at the crystal.
It was obvious that I tried to help him though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes, where came you upon this item?
Oh yeah, I think that guy had it.
Maximilian, do you know what this is?
I think I know, but like I don't know what it means.
So you've been around gnomish technology recently. You've seen witstones. I've heard you all talk about them.
I take out like a dozen.
Imagine an object that no matter how much you cast into it could take more casting and could take that arcana and pool it infinitely. Such an object is extremely dangerous unless you know how to handle it. And I don't believe there's a person alive, myself included, who has any idea how to do that. I believe it is what caused the first destruction of the Kragan Empire.
So this is like a nuke?
This is like very enriched nuclear materials. It sounds like as an analog, yes.
A planar nuke.
Yes.
It's Gale's nether orb.
He's like,
yeah.
I will not ask that you hand that over to me. However, such an object is going to draw attention to you. And now my suspicions and paranoia about what may have been occurring are larger. In this moment, you guys are having this conversation.
Okay.
I need to know, Lanray or Medolfir, which one of you are out with Finry?
Oh man, Medolfir okay. Would have been, I guess, outside. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Should we roll?
Order of
maybe.
I don't know where.
Yeah, do rollsies. Both roll 1d20s. Let's figure out.
I can't be out there because I'm having the conversation. So
correct. Whew. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Medolfir. By not much. Lanray, you're just kind of keeping tidy, taking inventory. I'll say that you are able to add 10 arrows to your quiver, just in terms of like whittling and doing stuff that's maintenance. You have used a lot of arrows recently, so.
Yeah.
But Medolfir, out with Finry. Both you and Finry can now do spot and listen checks. As you stay in contact with the airship, they're like, it's getting pretty dark. My vision's getting low out here, but seems like it's all good down there. Keep in touch if you guys come into any problems. Jameis and I are just trying to figure out how to best use this engine before he leaves tomorrow. Okay.
So just to have it said, in case it's about to be an issue or about to be something that happens, I still have like a lot of buffs on me.
Yes, by anything that's like minutes would have been worn out. Let me check you. Let's see. True Seeing's gone for sure. Cat's Grace is gone. Haste is gone. Yeah, everybody debuff if you have any of those kinds of things. At this point, it would be gone. Thank you. Okay.
This is happening before we do our rest, right?
Correct.
GM,
Mhm.
last session, I believe we did a thing where Max went around and like while he was still flying
Mhm.
in his altered self, and he collected like bird feathers and stuff
Sure.
from nests to like help make arrows for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I could cast fabricate and just make a pile. Depending,
If you want
allow
to
it.
use your fabricate, he's able to make 10 on his own pretty simply. If you want to, I don't know, Landry, if you would ask for Max
I
to
look
have done that.
deep into Landray's eyes to see if he yearns for more arrows.
The yearning is strong.
Okay. There. I've cast fabricate. GM can determine how many more you get.
Okay. I will say that with that many, pretty much load your quiver with as many arrows as you wish, up to 200, I'd say, where you just actually run out of materials in the vicinity.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to just then put them in like not in my quiver, but just in my backpack.
Yeah, you would like put them in cloths and bundle them and put them in
Right.
your backpack or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Noted. Okay. Midolfir. Okay. Midolfir. Not Finray. Midolfir, you hear the sounds of whispering.
Immediately stop and draw my sword.
Okay, your sword is out. Finry, you notice Midolfir has taken his sword out. Are you reacting in this moment as well?
I hide.
You hide? Okay, give me a hide check.
And draw my
Okay,
weapon.
this is very important. Midolfir, I need you to roll me a 1d20. I'm not going to tell you what it's for.
Oh boy.
Okay, let me check your pertinent stat here.
Oh, hold on. Because I just in case this maybe coming into play. What do I have?
It most likely will not with that roll.
No, it's not a roll. It's just one of the features. I thought I had can't be flanked. I was thinking I had something that had me to where I couldn't be surprised. Maybe I'm crossing over other things.
Nope.
Yeah.
Barbarians do have that in 5e, so that's probably what you're thinking. You can't be sneak attack.
Well, it's a feat. It's a feat, but yeah, it's not an inherent class. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that won't come into play here.
Okay.
Okay, Midolfir, you are effectively not able to say anything right now. You're on hold. Finray, as you notice Midolfir take his sword out, he's like in this position like you've seen him before, instinctually pausing, looking out into the darkness. You have taken this moment to kind of curl your cloak around you and hide where you can in the roof space. Are you guys out on the roof or were you inside looking out the windows? Being out on the roof would have given you better vantage point.
I mean, I guess it depends. Were we scavenging or were we get?
No. This is purely on watch now. You guys are on watch at this point. Yeah.
Then, yeah. Go ahead. I was gonna say maybe it makes sense to just kind of like be peering out the windows in view of where the ship would be, right? Because that was Midolfir's voice concern, was just being able to make sure the ship was in view.
Okay, so that would have been
and we would
in the window.
And in our watch rotation, just Meeman's posting there, we would not have been on watch together.
Okay, so you had contact together. So I'm going to say this. I'll establish this so that we don't work on it too in detail. You guys were on watch together. you were maybe one of you was on the roof, one of you was inside, but in visual contact somehow with each other? Like you would check in every once in a while, or were you guys in the same space but like not next to each other? Like someone just say which one.
The point I'm trying to make is like what Me Man's putting in the game chat is we had already discussed on watch detail that we would be on separate watches because we're dark vision.
Okay. It's a bit of a funky retcon. I will say this isn't the
watch. No, it was discussed. It was brought up when we were talking about our watch schedule back.
Okay, noted. No one is going to sleep in this moment, so you have not done that transition just so that GM can kind of hand wave. You were planning on doing that, but since Landry was busy with arrows, Max doing the things, you guys aren't going to sleep yet, but hey, you might as well do a quick watch over. So this is more like a pre-watch.
So just for to make it easy, I think your plan, one would be on the roof, one would be walking around at the main level, and I think that makes sense. And then we would be able to visually check in each other. I think that sounds great.
And Finry, I assume you're the one up on the roof, just being the better agile person?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Finry, you look down and you see Medolfir paused in this moment with his weapon out, which you hadn't seen before. You take this moment to cape roll. You're the one with the sending stone. The last communique you had with the ship was, everything's fine. Are you doing anything else in this moment?
Well, if it's before people have bedded down, I would inform everyone. So
you have no way of contacting the TARDIS people unless you go inside the TARDIS.
Yeah,
so
but I can talk to the people on the ship, right? So Jameson and some on the ship, I would tell them.
Okay. You say through the sending stone, something's happening down here. Just so they're on note.
Do any of Berenvir's wards that he mentioned trigger?
Not at this point.
Okay. I mean, I imagine it's got some sort of magical...
Yep.
If there's anything magical happening, he would know, right?
Theoretically, depending on exactly where and how, okay. You on the roof in hiding. I need to roll something here, Finry.
And I didn't spot anything with my spot? Is that accurate?
Not at this time. Yes, it was a listen that would have been beneficial, but you did not spot anything at this time with that check. That being said, you hear now, mundanely, the sounds of rustling down below, leaves from your perch on the rooftop. You also hear conversation in Gnomish. There was another one. Spread out.
Shit, here we go. Do I hear that?
Doesn't matter. Finry. Finry, you do hear that. You are on the roof. You heard in Gnomish, spread out. Is there anything you're doing in this moment other than hiding in place? I'll take that as a no. You're just staying hidden. Okay. In this hidden position, you are at a bit of a disadvantage for spots. You can still hear pretty well, but your spots are going to have a -5 so long as you stay this level of hidden.
Yeah, so can I tell you where in my mind I'm at? So this is a roundhouse. I'm on the roof, kind of like hiding by one of the whatevers, right? And I can see Medolfir, and he is on the main level.
He is on the lower, the ground level, the little plinth that holds up the building.
Ooh, sorry, guys.
No worries.
That came out of nowhere.
So what are you doing with that information, Finry? Anything?
And you say I can hear people. Do I hear people from around Medolfir or from a different way, or?
Mostly in the tree line, not where Medolfir was. What you visually looked down at Medolfir, there wasn't anybody near him that you saw. But you hear.
So in my brain, I guess this is the way I was thinking. I was thinking there's a platform. There's a little wall that you would have to walk up to get to the house. and then there's an empty field, and then there's trees on the outside of it. So if I hear things from the tree line, this is people that are far enough away from the house that I could see them from the roof. It's not like the tree line comes up to the house is the point that I'm trying to make. So like in my brain, I'm just trying to like think about where I would be, and like I need to know enough about how many people are coming and where they're coming from and how far away they are, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Yeah, I'll just bring the map back. Okay. So, the following layout. You are on the roof. Midolfir was down below. There is some clearings and there are some tree covers. It is not a consistent opening, except for the area that you guys ran off to the east. The sounds that you've heard are not necessarily from the east. They are around. You still have contact with Midolfir if you wish, but you'd have to get out of your hidden posture at this point. You defensively took a hidden position, and it's negatively impacting your connection with Midolfir at this point and your potential ability to spot. Your listens are still good.
Okay, so I just need to know like general direction. You're saying I can't even get the general direction of anything?
General direction was to your north and east is where you heard the sounds. Northeast.
Okay, I would share that with Jameson and Flicker.
Okay, you whisper that through the sending stone, and Jameson responds, "Okay, I'll see what I can do." And he says, "I'm going to get a better look from the stern." Noted. It's going to take him time to run up over there and take a look. In the meantime, are you checking in on Midolfir or anything?
GM said I can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you don't. I mean, are you calling down to Midolfir in any way, or are you just staying hidden, Finray?
No, I'm making a ghost sound, so I think I can still do that. I can do that.
Yep.
30. That's like 5 times, like 75.
And where are you? Where are you doing that to? Okay. And what is the sound that you're making?
It would be the sound of rustling and the sound of like my voice saying like I hate this forest. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. As you do that ghost sound, there is an obvious sound of rustling to your now north, as if something is scurrying in the underbrush. It has because of that, it has made them less sneaky, and therefore you're hearing their position better. Whatever they are, you at least know of that. You're still in a partially hidden position. I need to check one thing. Okay, noted. You hear in Gnomish.
This continues though, by the way. So it's like it sounds like I'm hanging out behind wherever that rock is.
Yep. You hear in Gnomish. I think I heard something from the upper levels. And it's not even a whisper because they have to call out, it seems like they're calling out to a distance of some sort. So it's not even a whisper, it's like a loud whisper. They're still keeping the guise of a whisper, but it's loud. And you get the sense there's a gnome in the underbrush, not visually seen in your current position, scurrying around the house on the north, calling out to at least one other person. Midolfir, you do not hear the sounds of Midolfir doing anything down below. Normally, he's not quiet. Okay. In this moment, I'll give you a chance to react in any way with any kind of further action. If you don't have anything, there is no target.
I'm looking for these people. I only hear noises of created a distraction, which they should be able to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm continuing to monitor either Midolfir or for additional folks. So I'm still spotting.
You're still spotting. It's at a deep harm because you are hidden also. And in order to stay hidden because of the fact that there's not really something to hide behind, you have to stay very still. So you can observe. Go ahead and give me a spot check. I will do. Okay. Yep. I just got a nat 20 on one of my rolls. Okay. In this moment, you see a magical element glowing from the underbrush in this exact position here. And immediately as you see that sheen and the sounds of someone casting something, I need you to make a oh, there is I need you to make a balance check. Okay. The surface of this rooftop begins to have like this driven icy snow, which, you know, none of us are familiar with currently. A sleet-like material starts forming and battering the rooftop of this building and the vicinity around it as well. It is quite a large area. Let me see how large it is. It is... Yeah, I mean, this is a sleet storm out of the norm surrounding like an 80-foot circle around this space, centered on the pinnacle of this building. You see this snow driving in, hampering some of your vision, but also your feet feel unstable in this moment. You feel like if you were to move from this position, you have a high chance of slipping due to the sloped nature of this roof and the like sleet that is being driven onto it. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, can I see inside the building?
From the rooftop in this position, I would say you would have to make a move check, balance check to get to the edge to see inside the building.
Well, I mean, it's not shown on here, but before we were able to walk in and out of the room where the TARDIS was from the roof. So there was from the roof into the building, and I don't know if that's at the pinnacle or how we did that, but there's
no. You were able to like grab onto the side and lower yourself into a window because there's not much relief under the edge of this, but like essentially if you slid down, grabbed the awning and swung gently, you would be able to get your feet onto the windowsill. But it is under the overhang. Max was able to do it easily because he had spider climb. Lanray was able to do it because he's Lanray.
GM saying skill issue.
Well, in these conditions, yeah, it is actually a legitimate skill issue in sleet. So are you doing anything, Finnery, or holding position?
The big question I have is there any way, like lifting up a roof tile, that I can see inside the building? Is the answer no?
Yeah, it's no.
Okay, then I'm going to shadow jaunt to the main level where Modal Fear is, closest to the house, because there's a door there. And then that's should be like a, I think it's a standard action. And then I'm going to take my move action to run into the building towards the TARDIS and smack Modal Fear on my way.
Okay, so you smack Modal Fear that's a standard action to use that shadow jaunt, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do it in one motion. You shadow jaunt, you smack Modal Fear. No response from Modal Fear. He is paralyzed. Modal Fear, you are currently paralyzed. You realize that, and then you're still going to run towards the door, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going inside to the TARDIS, whatever the easiest way is.
In this sleet condition, I need one more balance check now that you are moving. That initial balance check was...
Okay, that's fine.
That initial balance check was just to tell you that like these are slippery conditions. Yeah, that's enough to pass the DC. You are able to move Let me just double check language. If it slows you at all in this sleet storm.
It would only be like 5 feet because the door's right there. He said he's shadow jaunting to right in front of the door. So.
Well, if he wanted to slap Adolphir, he wouldn't have been able to. Yeah.
That's fine.
The door is here.
Oh, I thought this thing was the door.
No, sorry. All right, so you slap Adolphir and you are moving at half speed even when you pass this. So you are...
The thing with Adolphir is not as important as jaunting to the door so I could run into the TARDIS. Okay. Max said it's what I thought. I thought the door was by Adolphir. If not, I would not have been there.
Okay, so you would have avoided slapping Adolphir. You're not aware of him. So you run inside immediately. You are inside the ground level. I will put you, this is kind of backwards. You are here. North is south on this one. That's my bad. I rotated it wrong. So inside you get to this position in this round. And that is the end of your round. Noted? The TARDIS
Still
is
no
upstairs.
Inside?
Now at the end of Finry's turn, Max. In the head of Baronveer, he goes, something is afoot. Max, one of my wards is going off.
I mean, Max would immediately get out of the TARDIS.
Okay. You guys are, it'll take 2 rounds from where you are in the TARDIS right now to run out of the TARDIS. You will cross Lanray in the process. So one of those rounds is you running out of the craft room back into the main lounge space where you see Lanray and inform him of that. Okay. With that,
I would go with Max.
Okay, noted. At the end of that round, then we return back to what is occurring. Let me roll one thing outside. Adolphir, you are still paralyzed at this point. Okay. Finry, it is back to you. Are you continuing your movement? You now have full movement. There is no sleet on the inside here.
Yeah, I would have gone just movement up to the...
so 60 feet?
I think so. Can I make it so the TARDIS by then or no?
It's 45 feet to there, to the top of the staircase. And the top of the staircase will put you here. So now you have 15 more feet. You can get just to the front of the TARDIS at the end of this round.
Okay. Then that's what I would do.
On my turn, when he said that, Max cast Expeditious Retreat and then did a standard movement plus the Expeditious Retreat movement.
Okay, so you, instead of being with Lanray, you're now like half a round further from both Lanray and Baronveer. Baronveer is actually pretty slow behind.
Well, no, I think it's the same because I moved the same distance as we said before. I would have gone 60, and I'm still going 60. It's just the way I'm going 60 is I use an action to do Expeditious Retreat, and then
that's true.
During my movement, I move 60.
Next round.
Yeah, next
round
you
would be faster.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Okay. I need to do one more roll. Let me check one thing. Nope. Yep. Adolphir. Sorry, buddy. Still frozen. Okay. So at this point, about 8 rounds has passed since that occurred to you, since that initial will check, Adolphir. You are paralyzed. Does paralysis mean you can still see things happening? That's a great question.
Yeah, there's nothing in the condition that says you can't see stuff.
Yeah, I will say, Adolphir, in your paralyzed state, you can still see, and you see 2 gnomes cross in front of the building behind after Finry had just bamfed to your side. 2 additional gnomes, followed by a 3rd coming behind him. Everybody else is not aware of that, but I don't want to do like separate whisper channels. So act normally, otherwise you guys get RP discounts. Finry, you do feel like something is occurring, however, so like some level of paranoia is fine. That being said, top of the round again, Finry, you are upstairs now at the front of the TARDIS. What are you doing?
I can meditate for a round to reset my skills, which I'm gonna do. And
Okay.
the only difference is I'm gonna send to Jameson that they're casting spells on the house, they're north. I'm gonna tell him what's happened because between him and Flicker, they should be able to burn these people, right?
Okay. You inform Jameson as you're running through. You do that. That's a swift action, no impact to your meditation element. I'll allow it. Jameson calls back. It's all well and good. We're trying to spot them. It's a little bit hard in these low light conditions. I may just come down there. If Flicker Wisp is on the bow, readied with his wand. If we spot anybody, and that's what I've been checking. By the way, the DC 20s.
Yeah, I mean, you should just. Oh, they're not summoners. I'm sorry.
Okay. Max, back to you and Landray. Are you both just running for the entrance of the TARDIS as quickly as possible?
Max is going to again use his action to cast Spectral Hand and then move with normal movement, so 60 feet again.
Okay, noted. You can certainly do that. And Landray, you're able to keep up 60 feet with Max also. You do so?
Yeah.
Okay. That takes both of you right at the precipice. Like on the other side is Finry. You're at the door, but you're not through the door in this moment. Barenvir calls out, I'll keep watch from inside and make sure that we're defended. Are you yelling anything back at Barenvir? Max or Landray, do you yell anything to Barenvir in terms of like trying to negotiate what he's doing?
I say, yeah, thanks.
I don't think Max is used to moving this fast, and he's like panting.
Okay, fair.
And Landray's just mumbling, yeah, stupid gnome.
Okay, yep. I will go ahead and grab Barenvir's character just in case things change. He is also in the TARDIS. Okay, at this point, roll initiative. Everything up to this moment has been quasi-floating. At this point now, we will actually begin.
I assume Medolfir is going to hold that roll until he is not paralyzed.
Correct. This will be round, what is this, round 10, I think, at this point. Okay, you can roll now, Medolfir. That will be your position. Once you are unparalyzed, because you're seeing stuff, so like you would immediately, as soon as you can, move your body. Okay, noted. Max, before we start, let me use a bio break. Everybody take a little bit of a bio break, and then we'll come back and see what happens here. Sound good?
No.
Yep.
You hold it, sir. Hold it. Go where you are.
Man. Oh my gosh. So Medolfir is fucked.
Fortunately, they're not taking advantage of that and coming up in a jacket with me yet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at least very cold right now.
Yeah. I'm only hoping that the paralyzed wears off while one of them's next to me, because I'm going full handful attacks on him. But we shall see.
I don't think I can just automatically remove your paralysis, even if I find out. I might give you another chance to resist it.
I mean, anything that would benefit, raising will, would be beneficial for that. But I have such a low will that it's gonna just, even with some help, unless it's godly help, it's really gonna take a great roll. Right?
Yeah, it would just be on the die. Yeah.
Whew. All right, 3 cups of coffee dealt with.
Nice.
All right, Max, you are at the top of the order. You only know that there's alarms going off. You have not been in communication yet. What are you doing?
So, do I see Finray?
No, you are not. The door is not yet open. You're about to do it in this
Okay,
moment.
well, I open the door.
Okay, you see Finry there, still at the end of his meditation.
Interesting. And I know, has he used the meditation move enough times that when he's like unusually silent like this, I know he's trying to recover something?
Yeah, it's kind of like just like a monk resettering themselves. You know what I mean?
Right, but do I know what he's trying to recover? I'm trying to glean clues about what's going on without interrupting what it is he's doing.
He's trying, you know that he does this from time to time to recover some of his special capabilities that go beyond like his martial skills.
So like, does that include the shadow jaunt?
I honestly don't even know.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. Yeah.
I spend the full round, and it's not just much meditation as it is like I've got to like stretch and stuff. And I think I could have moved. I think I used my swift action or whatever to talk to whatchamacallit, but I would have tried to open the door if I could, by the way.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Okay. So, like, you know what it generally does, Max.
So he used something powerful and is trying to recover it again so he can use it again.
Yeah. His jaunting capabilities, yeah. And other
Do
stuff.
I see him looking? Is he looking at the stairs? What's he looking at during his meditation?
I would say because of this, you cannot discern from his face. The one negative I will say in this focus he has to do is like he's not giving off any clues about what's happening. He's taking this moment to do this.
No. What I mean is like,
No, you do not gather any information about what's following or coming in because he took this to recover it. You are not gleaning any information from him other than he is standing in the doorway.
He's closed up. His eyes are closed.
I'm going to say whatever information you can gather from him in this moment, you will have to wait till his turn. You can hold your turn until he can tell you, but
I mean, like, I can look at where his body is, like,
totally.
Like how
if
he's
in
laid
any
out.
other situation than him taking that mechanical thing, I would say yes. Right now, the mechanical thing overrides. You are not discerning any information from him.
Okay. He's a ball of fuzz right now with no discernible direction or orientation. I got you. Okay. I'm just gonna run down the stairs.
Okay.
Well, hold on. No. I'm fast, so running down the stairs makes no sense.
Yep.
Let's see here.
And next up is going to be Finray and Landray.
I don't have haste anymore, so I can't cast that on my buddies.
Yep.
I don't see Madolfir. I know that. I don't see Madolfir.
Yep. You don't see Madolfir.
I don't. Can I hear Madolfir?
Nope.
Usually when things are happening, I can hear it.
He calls out orders a lot, yeah.
Even
metal
more
hitting things.
Yeah. Even more disturbing, you don't hear him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. Okay. Then. All right. I'm gonna. Enhance magical flow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So I've got enhanced magical flow, and then I move out the rest of my move, like the 60 feet.
Okay. Are you going down the stairs 60 feet?
Since I'm pretty fast, this is the top of the stairs here, right?
It is, yes.
Can I go to the top of the stairs and just like glance out the window?
Sure. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Do I see a blizzard happening?
You do. You see heavy sleet, magical sleet, obvious to you. You're good up to like level 5, right? Automatically on discerning.
Because it's a spellcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like plus 26, so I get a 27 automatically.
Okay, so like up to level 6 automatically. Or 7, yeah, automatically.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
So yeah, you recognize this to be the spell Sleet Storm. It's a conjuration spell, so you're not a fan of it.
and it's pretty high level, right?
Yes, it is a high level, 5th level spell.
Okay, yeah. So this is no joke. All right. I would like to traverse on the staircase to the point where I can
You see
look down
downstairs.
onto the
Yeah,
bottom floor
that would be
without
this point right here.
Without exposing my body, right? I want cover.
Yep. So you have cover here, but you can glance down and see down through the railing. Okay. And
All right.
what you
Do I
do
see anything immediately?
not anything immediately other than the open doorway, because you're on the bottom level, you're like here. So you can see the doorway, and it is open because of Finry. Finry, you come out of your sort of recovered state, and you see Max run around you. What are you doing? You calling out anything?
I tell them they cast Sleet on the building. They're north of the building. And then I am going to go to the window that looks north.
Okay.
I'm going to tell them about what I heard in the situation while I'm running to this window. So I can look out of it and hide.
It has been 2 rounds, so keep that in mind. As you go to the north window, which is unfortunately south in this condition, you look outside of it with a spot check. You see the driving sleet. You're doing a hide check. Okay.
I am looking at those. I'll roll a spot. Hold on.
Okay. Now keep in mind, hide check. There's not much in this room to hide around, especially next to that particular window.
Yeah, but specifically, I'm not standing in front of the window. I'm hiding to the side of it, so they shouldn't be able to see me in the house.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. You spot outside, and you're a little disturbed by the fact that you do not see the presence of those things. They very well might have moved away from the north. You did get the sense that there was a chase afoot, like you heard behind you sounds, but they're not yet in the building because Max would have called out otherwise. Anything else you're doing?
No, unless I see anything out of the window. That's all my actions. So I'm
okay. Cool. Lanray, you are also just inside the TARDIS with Baron Veer. Are you running out of the TARDIS?
Yeah, I would go out of the TARDIS, and as part of seeing Finry on his turn, was like I would have wondered where Mendolfir is, and so
you want to call out and ask.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it would be if we didn't learn where Mendolfir was yet, I would at least ask.
That's fine. He's not meditating or doing anything like that, so he will be in like quick action return. Finry, you know that Mendolfir just wasn't moving. You didn't slap him, so you don't know he's paralyzed. He was just standing still last you saw him.
Yeah, I was like, Mendolfir's frozen. He's not moving at all.
Okay. Yep. And Landray, you knew the plan was him being on the lower level. You guys would have discussed that.
Yeah.
How many rounds has he been paralyzed?
This will be the end of the 10th round.
Okay.
Yep.
And I guess Max hasn't given any indication that there are people coming up the stairs, right?
Nope. I haven't seen anything.
So I'll ready my bow and I'll go to the window to my, I guess, right over there, but not in front of it, just to the side to look out.
Okay, yeah, on a different direction. So that'll be the east direction. As you look east, you see that prairie way that you saw before in the moonlight. Give me a spot check. And I need to load one thing here. Where is this? Where did I put that? There. No. Give me a moment here. I've lost something. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. With that spot check, you do see, with that slight spot check, for a moment, there is a figure that runs across the short clearing on the east side. And you see, just for a moment, as if they had paused, it is close to where Mendolfir is. You do also see Mendolfir still frozen down there, looking out this window. Noted, Finry. That sound is just going off, repeating what you noted before. So Landray, that is what you see. I believe you have an action if you wanted to try to strike this thing that you saw.
I mean, can I tell? Do I have any sense of like, is it a animal? Is it one of those alphins?
Humanoid.
Whatever.
Humanoid, small.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get a decent shot at it,
Okay, yeah, it will have like a % chance of failure even if you did hit because of the conditions of like concealment and cover that this guy's getting. But yeah, you can certainly try 1 arrow if you want.
And it's not any favored enemy or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
And don't use that to meta.
Yeah. Nope. Just, I figure it just happens automatically. So,
Yes. Yeah. I guess I could just not tell you.
Yeah, if he's not aware of, if he's not aware or expecting it, isn't he like flat-footed or something?
Potentially, yes, potentially. If he's not aware of the character. So I'll prep my 1d100. Okay. Nope. Wouldn't have mattered anyways if you did strike him through through his AC. Yeah, the cover is helping him. So with that, you fire an arrow, but it's a little bit too late. There's enough wood cover. You don't believe you struck anything. You see the arrow in the ground. That is your turn. Some stuff happens. Max, you finally see, not that you can do anything with the information. You see one being, a small white-haired gnome, come through the doorway. Let me see what his total move distance is. Oh, that's pretty good. So he's going to continue to this point, and I need him to make a spot check from this vantage point. You don't have any saved actions left. You used up all of them, so you're seeing all this. Okay. With that, you noted. Okay. He has run out of turn either way also, but you make eye contact. As you peer down and he peers up, you both make a quick moment of eye contact. And he calls out, "There's more of them than we expected," in Gnomish.
Do I not get to do an attempt at a hide?
I would say you would have had to have said that. Give me a hide.
I'm behind cover.
Yeah, but from this angle, it's become less.
It's fine. I don't have to do it. I'm just asking. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
I'd say at this point, he's aware that there is a being up there.
Okay, all right, that's
fine. Okay, that is his turn. Medolfir, you're now through another round of your paralysis as you visually see things happening outside that you can't react to, including the movement. This one catching up right at the precipice. You were all my entertainment. Yes, this is just like the library fight all over again.
Yeah.
And then another one, 10 feet, and then inside. He will call out in Gnomish. And Max, you don't speak Gnomish in this moment, but Finri does. So I'm going to say what they're saying, but really only Finri recognizes what they're saying. And he yells out, "It's fine. Just take care of business," in Gnomish. And he is going to scatter back to this corner. And lastly, there is one. And he calls out behind him, "Cover the doorway. Take care of the ogre if he awakens." Medolfir, that's a slur towards you, but
yeah.
You don't speak Gnomish, so you don't know.
Can
Max?
Oh yeah, Max doesn't know either. The sense motive. I'm just looking at like tone of speak. I know what like Gnomish sounds like.
Yeah.
What's their as they're coming into here? What's their attitude? Right? Like what's their
they're clearly
from their sound.
Combative. Clearly combative, like military shouting out order kind of thing.
Okay.
All right, it is your turn. You do see 2 gnome mages. They clearly have all the things that tell you they're some sort of sorcerer or wizard. What are you doing? They're grouped.
How many voices did I hear other than these 2?
You've only heard 2 voices thus far.
Interesting. So I'm basically right here, right?
Yes, you're at the top, just outside the black. Yep.
Okay. But like behind the wall or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
You got cover.
So in that case, I'm going to do a 30-foot cone.
Okay.
From where I am. I just sort of
Yep.
like stick my finger around the corner and look and shoot.
Okay.
It's going to be a 30-foot cone, so it's definitely going to get this guy because he's only slightly off center.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Crushing Despair spell.
Okay.
And I did do Enhanced Magical Flow.
You did?
So this is going to be 2 higher than the DC that shows.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. And just the back guy, yeah?
What?
You said just the back guy, or is it both of them?
It is a cone, so it's going to hit both of them. It's 30-foot long cone.
Yep, I'll say that. Even with the vertical, you still hit it. Yep.
Okay.
Gosh, it's really close on that back guy, though, with the vertical. I'll allow it. DC 24, yeah? And this is a will negates.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Please hold. And this is, let's see. Will negates. Oof. And
I mean, it's not a huge spell. He's just going to take a negative. That's all. Like,
Yeah.
It's not.
2 really crappy rolls. They seem like they weren't even like ready on that necessarily. And they're like, there's a mage up there with him too. Okay, noted. It does affect both of them. So they're taking currently a penalty on attack roll, saving throws, ability checks, yada, yada. All things.
No one has come down the stairs yet, right?
No one's behind you, no.
If Max went back up the stairs, would there be a good place for him to position himself when these guys come back up?
Maybe like behind the TARDIS if you can get there. Like there's not a lot of cover. It's
I have 60
fair
feet.
room. Yeah, you could probably get back behind the TARDIS as a cover.
Okay. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be like they said they were gonna come up, right?
You don't speak Gnomish.
Oh yeah, that's true. I have no idea. All right, I'll just come up here and hide behind the TARDIS.
You just cone blast them and run back.
I'm gonna stick as I'm going through, like past the door, since it's actually way more movement than I need.
Yeah.
As I pass the door to the TARDIS, can I stick my head in and be like, "We might need you, Baron Veer"?
Okay. Yeah, you can. Give me a diplomacy check. Finry, it is your turn. You see Max has cast something down below. What are you doing?
Did Max say that there were wizards?
I'd say he would have called out there's 2.
Yeah, if I saw 2, I would.
Hand signal or otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the little peace sign too.
This, I am. The way I'm facing is weird, so I should be looking over a window.
Your audio is breaking up. Is it your audio or my audio that's messed up?
It's sounding the same for me.
Sorry, Finry, your audio's jacked.
Oh,
No, it's like robot-y.
It's like you went
really far away.
Yeah. Try it now.
How about now?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
So I'm on the north side of this building, right?
Yes, you're on the north side. Sorry, GM's awful. I guess I could rotate it. Hold on.
And then
You keep talking. Yep.
I'm on the north side of this building, and then the people are on the north side of the building as well, right?
Who people?
The baddies.
No, you did not see them when you looked at the north window.
I'm on the north side. Where's on the south side?
You believe that people came through the south door entrance, yes?
There's like one door on the.
Yeah, I'm quickly working to resolve the locations of things. Sorry. There. Now things are rotated the correct way. Coco, stop that. Okay, and these guys are here. Oops, sorry. Here. Oh, there.
But the main thing
Okay.
is the Fenrir doesn't know where in the lower floor these people are.
No, Max called out there's two of them downstairs. You're not seeing anything out the window on the north side. You don't think they're on the north side, Finnery. You would
Right.
have
And the
discerned that.
only way to get into the building is through that door in the southwest, right?
Yes. So what do you want to do with that?
It's funny because I have to do 3 things. I only have time for 2 of them. So I'm like trying to think through my brain about what's the most important 2 things to do.
Yep.
While you're thinking, GM, how much time was there between Modolfir's paralysis and the sleet storm?
2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds.
Okay, because like that's a 1 round per level sort of deal.
Yes. Correct.
Calling it out.
Yep. Yeah, Modolfi, this is round 11 for you now. So what you got, Finnery?
If I were to run and fall down the steps, like run straight south and fall down the steps, and then I have feather fall, could I keep going afterwards, or would that take too much time?
Featherfall, because it actually slows down your rate of fall, has like a move time to it. So from feather falling down to the first floor, I would say that's your entire move action.
Okay. And then all right, so I will take a oh man. If I'm that is the north side of the building, so I can't really see in the north. Is there any windows or anything on the bottom level on that side?
No, the bottom level has no windows. Just a door. Purposely built as more of a fortified kind of thing. You get the sense Landray saw somebody outside from his window, by the way.
I am going to fall out of the window.
Okay.
Go south. So I think that triggers feather fall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast do my spell like for silence while I do it.
Okay. Out the north window?
Out of the north window, and that should be 20 feet from me as a human. And then if I have any time when I get to the bottom level, I'm going to start running around the building to the door, and I'm going to spot around.
Okay, I am placing you now outside. You are in a sleet storm still occurring right now.
Well, so these people came in the building
Yes.
through the sleet storm, and nothing happened to anybody.
Yes, in the 20 feet that they had to travel, it slowed down their travel, and they did pass their balance checks. You have to pass a balance check to be able to move at half speed, essentially, in this.
Okay. I mean, if I have any additional movement, I'm going to start working my way around.
Yep. Give me a balance check.
Yeah.
Next up is going to be Landray. And Medolfir, I have been rolling your rolls. I'm going to transfer that over to you now that you know the effect that's essentially happening to you. So you could just roll it yourself in a second. That is good enough. You move at half speed. So you are able to get to here, I believe. No, here. Sorry. One back. Yeah. Okay. That's the end of your turn. Landray, you see Finry jump out the window. What are you doing?
I'm gonna stay here with Max, and I think what I'm gonna do is I need to take an action to get my dagger of disintegrate out because it's in my backpack right
Yes.
now.
Awesome.
And so I'll do that, and then I am going to move so. In this area, like around here, is there a place to like kind of hide below the entrance or like where they might appear, like as a way to basically be sneaky and try to catch somebody when they come up?
From the upstairs, there's so little stuff out here. Like you could hide underneath the tiny little secretary desk he has in there. Otherwise, it's like cleared out other than like some loose sacks and the TARDIS. There's not even like a bed or anything. So like where Max is hiding behind the TARDIS, yes, to some extent, you could also squeeze in between the wall and the TARDIS with him.
Would I have a line of sight to somebody coming in the room from there, I take it?
Yeah, like once they get to the top 3 or 4 risers of this staircase, like in those 2 spots, you would see them from that position.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll basically be hiding next to Max with the dagger in my hand, more or less.
Okay. Yep. Finry, yes, your silence has no barrier from material, I don't believe. I think it goes right through stuff because it doesn't say otherwise. So yeah, you get that effect is coming as a 20-foot radius regardless through the building. Yeah, I would say in the exact position you're in right now, you've drawn out a very interesting little position here. I would say yes. All of a sudden, these guys feel under the silence effect. Very nicely done.
No, because it would be weird. I don't think it would affect the folks on the top level because it would be less than 20 feet in because they're higher than me.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping track of the sphere here, and they are good right now in their position. Noted.
What's the radius? 20?
20, yeah. You're good. You guys don't know he's cast that, but just, yeah, no metaing. Lanray, you are in position where, can you put your position where you want to actually be? And whether or not you want to actually hide in that position, go ahead and roll a hide.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Okay. To fire, you have to be one side or the other of Max. So I would say this spot. Okay. Noted.
Is hide a standard action?
No, I will allow him to be holding action for somebody to be coming up to use the firing.
Could I have also done a hide?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah. I think there might be some slight impacts.
It's Kismet. We got the same hide check, guys.
I would say it affects your movement per raw, but neither of you had to move very far. So yes, it would have been. It's like halves your movement when you're trying to do a hide during the same turn. So
I think I had Expeditious Retreat. So
yeah, you're good. So Lanray, you do have your action still stored up for your needs. Okay, this guy down here is going to be. He's the one that was calling out stuff, and all of a sudden this silence occurs. I need to check something. Yeah, these guys have been around the block. He's going to step forward. He's going to move slower because he's trying to figure out, like, where is this hide generating from? So he's going to move at half speed in order to move in the direction that would assist in getting out of it. So he only has 15 feet of movement normal here. So now he's out of that silence. He makes hand motions down to the other person and then continues his way up now using the rest of his to get there.
He wouldn't know which direction the silence is coming from, by the way. Like
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
it's taken some time to figure out which direction.
that's exactly why he only moved at half speed in this scenario. So he's like stepping one way, stepping another way, and then like, okay, yep, I can hear again, and moves. So he only got half of his movement because of that, trying to figure it out. He did also roll a pretty high spellcraft.
Can I say the gnomish wording while you're trying to figure out? Can I hear you? Can I hear you? Is Baba Booey, Baba Booey?
Sure. He's just going Baba Booey, and then he finally hears himself speak. Noted. That is his turn, but don't fear, like I said, you can now take over rolling of your will save, which thus far you have been failing.
I mean, that tracks, so.
Yeah. I mean,
This is a spell that has a will save every round?
it is, yes.
That's weird in 3.5.
No, a lot of the hold spells do that.
Go Medolfir.
Come on.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
No, that won't do it. Yep, that's basically what's been happening. Okay, but, next round is 12, so maybe that'll be good. Okay. Next up is outside guy. He yells back in. What's happening in there? I hear sounds out here. Up from inside. I heard a spell. He's just like calling back inside in Gnomish. He's going to do a spot check. Because I don't like this in Gnomish. He's going to cast... Yeah. He is going to cast something. He's going to cast... he's going to go, there's more than we thought. And he casts Summon Monster. And it's going to cast 1d4. Let me make sure 1d4, 1d3. Okay. Let me double check one thing. Yeah, 1d3. So let me roll out 1d3. You guys obviously want it to be low. Oh, that sucks. 3 large earth elementals appear around him. And he just goes, I do not like this. One of them is going to appear inside, which should still be within 30 feet. Right by the doorway. Oh, come on. I'm the GM. Let me move it. Okay. Yes. He casts that and he goes, and he just tells them, like, defend. And he runs in. So he's going to go also. Oh, no. Summon is a full round action, so he cannot do that. That is his turn. He can take a 5-foot, though. So he is going to take a 5-foot step and enter the doorway. With that, they are immediately called to action. Yep.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
When he summons it, it's not that they can't be 30 feet away from him. It's that they can't be 30 feet
from each other.
Apart. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I measured.
And these are large?
Large, yep.
Fun.
Yes. Finry, since you're not hiding at the end of your thing, it's a DC. All right. This guy is going to start moving towards you. And he will take attack against you. Even though the other guy was not aware of you, this one in its position would have been 20 to hit.
Yep.
16 points of damage as this monstrous moss-covered rock beast strikes out at you. This one is not going to attack Medolfir at this point because Medolfir is not a danger to it in any way. And the one on the inside is going to just blockade the door as the defense action. Baronveer. Will Baronveer listen? Baronveer will listen. He rolled shittily, Max. He peeks his head out and he goes, "What? You all have brought danger in this house. Fine, I will help." And he positions himself here and readies a spell of his own for anybody who pops up. That is his turn. Lastly, this one is still in the silence bubble. He sees the other enter. He points to where the bubble was, like where the other guy made mention of where it was generally coming from. In a general direction, he just said the west side and moved towards the staircase. He's also going to step out from there. He's going to keep at the bottom of the staircase, right about there. And he is going to hold action. That is his turn. Max, back to the top. We might have to get another session going at some point with the baby to resolve this. This is going to be mid-combat. What are you doing? These guys are smart. They've been around the block.
Nobody's come upstairs yet?
Thank you about Jameson and Flicker. I will resolve that. By now, Jameson will have been in position and heard everything happening. Nobody has come up the stairs yet. This is a bit of a standoff between mages. They saw you run up the stairs.
Okay. I don't know. What does Landray look like he's about to jump out, or is he fully tucked in for hiding?
He's tucked in with you. Like readied, but tucked in.
But he looks like he's ready to spring.
Wow, I can't speak for Landray. Landray, do you look like you're ready to spring?
Yeah, I'm on high alert, and I was holding the dagger. My intent is that I want to chuck it at whoever comes through.
Cool.
But I also see Baronveer, so I have to resolve that.
Yeah.
Where did Baronveer go?
He's back here.
Oh, man. Okay.
He wanted a better vantage point to strike first.
All right. So if that's the case, I'm going to do Elation.
Okay.
Everybody for 80 feet.
Let me just check one thing. Outside. Okay, it won't hit the airship people, but everybody else will be benefited from it. So go ahead and do that.
And then I'm looking around. I'm like behind me. I look through that window to see if that storm is still going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is, yes.
So these guys are very powerful.
Yeah. I mean, Midolfir's still paralyzed. Oh, you don't know that, but yes, you know that from the sleep storm at least.
Yeah. All right. What do I do with the rest of my turn? What kind of rails are these on the stairs? Is this a solid wall, or is this like rails?
They're wood rails. Everything in this house is kind of like wooden, rickety.
But what I'm saying is there's holes through the rails?
Yeah, there's holes enough through the rails. They provide some cover, but yeah.
If I stood here, they would see me immediately.
Yes, yeah. There's enough gaps in it that magical things will not be affected for the most part.
All right, I just stay there. I don't know. I mean,
okay. Yeah. Definitely a little bit of.
Well, is this window open?
It is. Yeah, that window's open.
And it goes out to the roof?
If you swing, you're not the most acrobatic type. You did it with spider climb previously. But you could do a little pull up and swing acrobatic motion to do it.
I'm trying to figure out how do we like. Oh! When I looked out this window, did I see this elemental?
Yes, I will say you will have seen that elemental appear now in
Nice.
this moment.
The one that's like right there.
Yep.
Okay. So I know that now there's some casting happening. I don't see Medulfair from that window though.
From that window, you do see a frozen Medulfair.
Shit. And does the elemental look like he's got his eyes on Medulfair?
Yeah, to some extent.
I'm
although
going out
it's
the
not
window.
attacking him. Okay.
I'm going out the window.
Yep.
What do I need to do?
You just jumping?
I'm gonna go out onto the roof.
Yep.
I don't know what that entails, but if
Yeah,
I have to jump, I'll jump. But I'm not falling down. I'm going onto the roof.
Okay. We'll see. It's a balance check because of the sleet storm.
Yeah.
So
I can-
have
I can-
said
my intention.
before, those
I can assist
windows
Max.
do not go to the roof. If you're doing it the way that I had to deal with it, there's no window that leads to the roof. You would have to go out the window and
Yeah.
then up the level to get to the roof, right?
Yep. So it's okay. You guys got to imagine like a gymnast in Summer Olympics. He's got to like grab the awning underhanded and swing his body up. This is going to be essentially like the equivalent of an athletics check. And I guess the skill would be climb
Is it
in this scenario.
Can I give Max a push for momentum?
Yeah, that would help. I'll give you a
Alright.
+2 from
I
Landray
thought-
since he held his action.
Hold on. I thought we were above the roof. If we're below
No.
the roof, I'm not trying
You're
to
below.
reverse
There's
climb.
There's a little mushroom cap roof on top of this.
I'm
thing.
gonna go down.
Okay, so you're gonna jump down to Medulfair.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to give me a jump check. This is going to tell whether or not like you take harm from the jump. You need a DC 15 since it's a story fall. Otherwise, you take 1d6.
So Expeditious Retreat gives a giant bonus to jump because my speed is so high.
Yeah, cool.
Just FYI.
Yep.
It's automatically calculated. I don't need to add anything.
You sure about that?
Why does it show as a plus? Hold on. Why does it show as a plus 13 on my skills list?
Okay, if it's a +13, I'll take your skills list. It must not be affecting the roll for some reason. So
When
that would
I
be
hover over jump, it says speed bonus plus 12.
cool. Yeah, no worries. I don't know why
I don't know.
it's not calculating that. So it's a 19 total. That is enough to avoid damage, but you do need to make a balance check to figure out whether or not you take effects
Like
from the
land.
sleep.
Like I
Yeah.
land properly.
Yeah, you don't take harm, but now it's the balance to check that.
How's that? Is that okay?
That's good. Yeah, that's great.
Alright.
You're still moving at half speed potentially, but you are
Yeah.
not in any way prone, yada yada.
If I have
Okay.
any movement, can
What?
Are you making anything for lunch?
Could I have landed right next to Medulfair? Here?
Yes, I'll allow it. With that
Alright,
jump
I'll
check,
move.
yes.
Alright.
Cool. I'll move you because there's a wall in the way.
Hey, dude, I've got to take a quick bio, and it's kind of an emergency. I'll be back.
Okay, no worries. Finry, this will probably be the last round, but Finry, back to you. You are fighting a rock monster in silence. In space, no one can hear your screams.
I am going to shadow jaunt to the door.
Okay. Is there any attack of opportunity that happens with that?
It's a maneuver. It's no different than any of my other maneuvers. I don't think so, but I don't provoke an attack of opportunity when I summon my fire elemental or I do
True.
anything else, so I don't believe so.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
He's not casting a spell.
No. This is a maneuver of his. Yep. Continue. So you are at the precipice of the door. What do you do next?
I can see in the door. I won't hide.
Okay. Like this door is open and the other guy is right on the other side of the door. So are you before you go to the precipice of the door, you're hiding behind the post, I take it?
No, I mean, there's nothing I can do. So I can now, I have a choice to either run in the room and then The silence is worthless at this point because it's too late.
You can dismiss the
Well,
silence if you want.
The silence is keeping mages potentially from doing stuff if you can get close to them.
Yeah, it's affecting the guy in the precipice of the door, not whether or not you know
But
that.
it's also affecting Max, I think. I think the problem is if I run into the building, then
Yeah.
I'm
Good.
essentially useless in this fight is where I'm at, because I have conditions for me to be useful in the fight, and none of those conditions are going to be met. I can't do crits to the earth elementals. So like at this point, like Finri is in an existential question. He's like, there's not much I can do, right? I have to shadow jaunt away. I can't really attack these mages, even though I'm built to kill them because they're too far away. So I have nothing.
I will say, I will allow you to dismiss the silence if you wish in this moment.
Yeah, but that doesn't get me anything. Even if I dismiss silence, then whether I have the silence or not, I'm going to be clobbered by these earth elementals, right? So there's nothing the silence is going to do. And if I don't get away from the earth elementals, i.e. run directly away from the house, I'm going to die. There's no way I can stand against two earth elementals. So I'm just going to take a 30-foot action and run away from the house.
Okay, yeah, do that. So I will have to ask for a balance check. And I will say, because the railing situation and your capabilities. Okay, here's what I'm going to allow with that balance check. It did pass, even though it was a 1. You are able to get to here. And you are able to do that basically through the sleet storm by just like taking a dive as far as you could, regardless of condition. Otherwise, you'll be back here. So if you're here, I'm going to say you're prone. If you're here, I'm going to say you're standing. Which would you prefer? Cool. You're standing. That is the end of your turn. Dangerous conditions. The sleet storm can't last forever, though. Lanray, you are back inside. Max has gone out the window. Baronveer and you are the last ones up here. What are you doing?
I mean, I look at Baronveer and I say, I basically am like, what's your plan?
He kind of gives you like a strafe towards the staircase, like hand motion.
Got it. So I am going to stay where I am and hold my action, understanding that he would probably act first and then I could follow suit.
Sounds good. So I'm going to go ahead and permanently move you behind him, if that's cool, so that you can retain all of your actions.
That works, except one thing I do want to do is I'm going to cast shield on myself.
Oh, if you're doing that, then you wouldn't be able to do that.
Would I be able to move?
No. I would say wait until after his turn if you plan on doing that, which you would be able to do afterwards. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Medolfir, give me that will save.
Yeah.
Oh, but before go ahead and give me the will save, Medolfir, but before you actually act, this one is going to yell out. Yeah, that won't help. This one at the top of the stairs is going to yell out, Baronveer, in Gnomish. You have nothing to do with this. You just happen to be in possession of something we need. I don't know what happened to our counterpart, but you can survive this. We have no trouble with you. And he is going to ready an action, and that is his current stance right now. Now it is Medolfir. What are you doing, Medolfir? You're failing. Yep. But this is potentially the final round of that. So worst case, Flickerwisp has started to redirect the ship towards. Jameson has just been saying over and over to Finri, like, we can't get anything. We need to bring the ship closer. So they are doing so. They are now slowly lurching the beginning of this airship movement over.
I mean, they could have seen the Earth Giant for a while. Since the Earth elemental came up, they've both been right.
That was last round. So yes, Flicker Wisp is busy navigating closer. Jameson, I will say, on his turn, sees that it occurred after his turn. So this turn will be the first round in which those earth elementals exist. Okay, the mage on the inside is going to say, I can hear you again in Gnomish. I don't know what's happening. There's many beings around us, I believe. Should I kill the one that we froze? And the others go, yes, take care of him. And he kind of just nods at that. He goes outside into the sleet, 5 feet. He needs to make a balance check. Easily passes the balance check, but he's still moving slowly. He's going to come across. He's going to see Max as he comes across, and he goes, shit! And that is his 15 feet of movement, so he still has a spell he can cast. He's going to cast Resonating Bolt. Yeah, he's going to cast Resonating Bolt. That is a line. Does he have a line to both you and Midolfir?
Is it a line or a ray?
It's a line. He doesn't have a fucking line to both of you. God damn it. Okay. Nonetheless, this is going to be a will save of DC 13 reflex on you, Max. God damn it.
Reflex, you said?
Yeah.
I don't think the line actually hits both, by the way.
No, it doesn't. That's why I'm cursing.
No. I'm saying even if it hit both, it wouldn't hit both. That's not how lines work, I don't think. But reflex, you said, right?
That's how lightning bolt works. Like if everything in the line gets hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ray is actually the one that doesn't. Ray hits the first thing that it hits, or it goes on to the next thing if the first thing got missed. Okay, the reflex is good, so you take 14 points of damage. He is like shit. Baronveer is going to go ahead and start making his motion to the top. He goes here with his spell readied. However, before he's able to, this one at the top of the stairs was holding his action. Is he the right one? He is going to cast shit.
That's an interesting spell.
Yeah. Nope. Wasn't ready for that. He was looking backwards, so he's not going to do anything in defense of what Baronveer is about to do, which is going to be a very powerful chain lightning. So he's going to do chain lightnings, a 1 primary, second, no further than 30 feet away from the primary. Here is that. Man, Baronveer's powerful. Okay. Ooh. He fires this off from the top of the stairs at these two. Reflex save, otherwise 60 fucking points of damage. Jesus Christ. That one fails. The one in the back fails. And the one in the front fails. They both fail and take 60 points of damage as this massive strike of electricity shakes through them. And one just calls out, Halley-oop! Okay, yeah, that does not feel good. That is his turn, however, and he is now exposed completely unless Lanray does something. Lanray, what are you doing as Baronveer goes full Emperor Palpatine?
Well, I guess I will see that happen, and do I have both movement and...
Yes, you held full turn. This is your turn now.
Got it. Okay. I will. Is there a way I can just like basically get to this point, peek my head
Yeah.
around, and chuck a dagger?
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
All right, I'm gonna basically do that. I'm gonna go here, and I guess depending on how I need to do it, I don't know if I need to, I guess, climb at all. Probably not, since it's going
No.
down, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna basically go there, look around, get eyes on this guy, and throw the dagger at him of disintegrate. And as I throw it, I whisper avoidance.
Fucking A. I keep forgetting you have this. Yeah, the dagger of disintegrate. Go ahead and throw it. Jesus, this could be an absolute game changer.
How do I throw it exactly? I'm trying to remember.
You have an attack. You have an attack button in your combat that you can click.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
one of
be
the
a ranged
options.
attack.
Yeah, that's a ranged attack. Yeah.
There's an option for you to do thrown attack. It's one of the buttons you can click in combat. Dagger of disintegrate thrown.
Is it
Gotcha.
a separate line in combat for him?
Yes,
With
I'm looking at it right
thrown
now.
in the line? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's point blank, right? I would imagine.
It is point blank. This is crazy. Man, and there is a save on the disintegrate. Now, you just threw a very expensive magical item at them, but it is already used for the day. I think 36 is going to strike, so the real question isn't the damage it does, but the disintegrate itself. So let's see what the check is against the disintegrate. Fortitude. Holy shit, Jesus! Why did I? You guys stole this from the playbook.
He said, "Why did I give it to him?"
Yeah. So the front guy has to make a fortitude save. Let's go ahead and do the fortitude save. That's a good roll. I gotta check the DC of the item. Hold on 1 second. This is important. So
Right.
it's caster level 12 to make. So at caster level 12, let me check. So the DC is going to be based on spell level, which disintegrate is spell level 6, plus 10, 16, plus caster's ability modifier, which has to be a minimum of plus 3. So that's a 19 is the baseline DC, which I'm going to say is
no. It has to be a minimum of plus 6. You can't cast a spell unless your modifier is at least that.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled a 17, so he didn't make it, right?
Yes. 17 will not have made it. Either way. So, yes, you want to describe what happens as the dagger of disintegrate strikes this mage?
I think the mage, just seeing me for half a second, he then is looking at me, and then he looks down and just sees this dagger right in his chest, and he looks back up and then just disappears into dust.
I'm not feeling very good.
Why do I feel so woozy?
Let me just check one thing. I do need you to roll 40D. Let me see. Per cast level, 2d6 times the basic. So roll me 24d6. Just for fun. It's going to happen. He doesn't have enough health to withstand that unless you get 24 ones, in which case we're going to Vegas. Okay. Yeah. Yes, he disintegrates into absolute non-living dust. Like, holy shit. Okay, this changes a lot. Great freaking turn. He is gone.
I mean, there's still 2 powerful mages still here.
Right.
Yeah,
I still got problems.
But now there's not 3.
Yes, that's a big deal.
I'm just saying it's not like a seismic shift, but it is amazing progress.
Yeah. The one behind him yells out, Helihoop, no! And he yells out, Pergway, we have to leave in Gnomish.
Now, GM, I will say that they were both hit by crushing despair, which means that I know it's not mechanical, But he was already sad.
Yes.
How do you get more crushing despair on top?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Does
Jameson
the
now
hail go away because he died?
does what?
The hail go away. The slippery hail.
Oh. No, it's a magical effect. It's not concentration. I don't. Let me double check.
Hold might be though, if it's a
It's
hold.
not concentration. And hold is concentration. No, hold
it's
isn't
not.
actually
It's just
concentration.
usable.
Yep. Nope. Jameson is finally seeing this rock beast down below. He is going to, seeing you run away, create a wall of fire to protect you. Is that what he's going to do? Or fireball? No, wall of fire is too difficult to navigate. The strategy from far apart, he's going to do a fireball. He still has some fireballs left. He can't get... shit. He can get both of them like this, but Max gets affected. Knowing he doesn't know what's happening on the other side of the building, he's going to fire it, so it only affects this one. There's that. 37 points unless a reflex save. Here's the reflex save. They're not particularly good at reflex. Actually, that does save. And they are not affected by Crushing Despair, so he only takes half, which is 19 points of damage. Okay. Jameson's like, where are you, Finry? Where are you? Calling out. The gnome mage, who just watched his friend turn into ashen dust, is going to cast...
GM, can you give me an ennui check for me, please?
Here, I'm going to see how sad he is. He didn't roll great, so he's pretty fucking sad.
Okay.
Okay. A massive, large hand erupts from him towards Baronveer. And he is going to grapple Baronveer with this.
Does he have line of sight? Because, like, orientation-wise, it seems like the stairs have to...
Yeah, I will say he took a 5 foot just to do that.
Okay.
So he will have taken a 5 foot to just do that. He casts it at Baronveer. Baronveer will be grappled most likely by this. Let me check. It's not even going to be fucking close. Yes, Baronveer's an old gnome. He's absolutely grappled by this. His grapple's a 3. Okay. So yes, there's no way for him not to be grappled by this grasping force that grabs him and wraps around his hands as he is grappled and pinned.
Does this thing not have to
wall.
do an attack before it does a grapple?
It does have to make an attack bonus. Thank you. Let me roll that one. But his AC.
I don't know. I mean, like sometimes
it does
just sort of go right to it. I don't know.
No, it says attack bonus plus intelligence plus the modifier plus 10 for the strength score. He just rolled an 18. It's like a 30 something. So it hits and it does grapple. So he is grappled in this position with his hands down by his side. He's not going to be able to cast somatic components at this point. And this mage is going to use the rest of his swift action to pick up the Dagger of Disintegrate. So, on you, Lanray. I'm taking away your toy.
Is picking up a weapon a swift? I thought it's usually... That's the whole point of, like, if you drop it instead of stowing it, it's a free, because it would be an action to pick it back up again.
Yeah, picking up a drop weapon is an action. It can't be a swift.
Let me see. That's a great point. I mean, he took a 5 foot step, so that takes away his move, regardless. It does say it is a move action to pick up. What I will say is he's put his foot on the dagger. Okay? Everybody agreed? He doesn't have possession of it.
What if by doing so
That
he
makes sense.
attacked himself with the dagger like he stubbed his toe?
Oh, no. Disintegrate.
He is really sad, GM.
1d100.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna pick this back up. Madolfir hasn't done shit except for just watching all of this. Madolfir, give me one more will save just for the shits, but you are basically unparalyzed after this.
Yeah, I'm just spectating. I don't know.
Definitely been there where you're just like, well, this is cool.
And we're gonna have to find a time to resolve this combat because this has been intense. Okay, yeah, you still didn't pass it, but you're gonna be free this Regardless.
I just want
Okay,
Rodolfo
guys.
to remember that Max jumped out of a window to try to get to him and revive him.
Yes. Yes.
And it
So
won't
this-
have mattered because he'll just like come out of the stupor regardless.
Yes.
Oh, it's only because you jumped out the window, though.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, and you don't know. Lanray could be dying. Inside, you just hear screaming and gnomish. You don't know what it all
Sure.
means. He's against 2 mages theoretically out there. Okay. Great job. Fucking awesome baller move, Lanray. That was awesome. We'll have to find a time to figure out what happens next. Good session, guys.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yep.
All right, see you guys later.
Later.